I'm from South Carolina. I moved out here, and they had me thinking Orange County was just the Holy Grail. Oh, you go to Orange County, they got that money in Orange County. I'm from LA, so bro, I'm gonna have to take a detour real quick, put me on game about the ride, and then we'll get back on track. Don't lose your train of thought.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to the LA Rams, but
whoa, let's talk about this. Hold on. Sometimes you just gotta go with how you feel.
I am old enough to remember a time where it was weird to be on the internet.
My name is Travay Hatton.
This is Rob Palacio. This is gonna be a beautiful thing for sure. What up?
What it do, man?
Yeah, man.
I'm coming different. I have a new microphone. How about that?
You sound like it.
I have a new microphone.
All the sexiness of Travay is coming through right now in your ear hole. Just take it. Take that.
My. Sure look good tonight.
Oh,
hey,
man.
I'm back. So for all my folks that was tuning into the podcast, I've been getting texts from my homeboys. I can get texts from, everybody. Oh, the podcast is great. Your homeboy Ross sounds fantastic, but you sound trash. This one for y'all.
We working on it. It's a slow build. It's a slow build.
One of my homeboys said, "Man, I had to turn you down." I said, "Don't do me like that." But I'm good. Wife's good, man. Family's good. Hey man, what'd you think about you got to meet baby girl yesterday? What'd you think?
Oh my God, that girl is an angel. Man. But she, you know what? I mean, I haven't met the wife yet, so I don't want to speak out of turn or whatever. But I can see those genes kicking in with you though, for sure. Like hey. She nice and strong and lively.
Right there. You don't live here, I do. Let me stop you right there.
Okay.
Let me stop you because she's gonna say, "What Ross say?"
I'm sorry, Miss Hatton. I'm sure all the beautiful aspects of your beautiful, wonderful angel child has come through you, and Travay is just the beneficiary of such a beautiful family.
And that's what I'm talking about, baby. I love you. We would never do nothing to make you think that baby don't look just like you. Anyway.
I didn't say that though. I didn't say she didn't look like her. Now you trying to set me up.
That's how I took it. Anyway. So we haven't, I try to not, do this, but my partner in crime, he's going to bail me out somewhere or other.
What'd I do?
No. I'm just saying you're going to bail me out.
Oh.
Why is it that there has never been, and I know why, I just like to ask crazy questions.
Is it one of those days?
Absolutely. Why has there never been a perfect bracket for March Madness?
Wait,
out of billions of people, there's never been a perfect bracket in March Madness. And here's what I'm saying. Here's my thing. Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me you can make as many brackets as you want? You can make as many as you want. Mm-hmm. And it's never been a perfect bracket. I just find that hard to believe.
AI will change that.
It
will happen.
You think it will happen this year?
Oof. No.
Okay.
It's too much money in it. When it happened, they're gonna have to change it somehow, some kind of way. Vegas is in on all of that.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
Hold that thought too, because I got to go back to that AI and that technology boy. But bro, is it arrogant that I think I have a perfect bracket this year?
You and like 50 million other people that think you got a perfect bracket. They got you, bro. This is exactly what they want.
Bro, I turned my bracket in like that $1 million is gonna be nice. They're gonna say my name on ESPN. Mm-hmm. And then I looked up and I did it under my wife's name. So if I do win, it's gonna say my wife's name.
Hey. After that whole thing with the baby, I ain't saying nothing.
Oh, we good. I mean, my wife know I'll be cutting up. You'll see. Especially, don't let her start having a good time. She had to quiet me down. But okay, back to the AI technology, boy. Mm-hmm. Before I lose my thought, bro, I tried on somebody's Meta glasses at work. Oh, you heard about them joints?
Yeah, I heard about them, but I mean, man.
So listen,
the AI stole your soul.
No,
we got an AI Travay running around now.
No, I mean, could be, but hold on. Have you seen how they clone Tyrone on
Yes.
Netflix? Okay, but no, let's not. Hold on, that's another podcast. Okay, anyway, I'm at work, and a group of people have on the Meta glasses. All of them, they all got them, and they were flexing. They're not flexing, but they were just like. Actually, Reed was like, "Y'all got the Meta glasses, dope." And then I was like, "What?" You see stuff on TV, and oh, that's crazy, that's cool. I'm the type of dude. Advertising stuff commercials don't do nothing for me. Okay,
okay.
You gotta sell it to me. Like a human has to
show me the thing.
Yeah, for me to be sold on it. So
let me see.
I tried them on. Bro, they crazy. So let me tell you this. So I put them on, and
Ray-Ban make them, right? The Meta AI glasses.
Yeah, they were Ray-Ban. That's what made me want some even more because I mess with Ray-Ban. Anyway, I put them on, and they said, "Ask what's in front of me." So I said, "Hey, Meta, what's in front of me?" And they takes a little second. Now, keep in mind these glasses. It ain't no. It don't seem like they look like normal glasses.
Right. I'm actually looking at it as you talking to me.
They look like normal glasses, bro. So I said, "Hey, Meta, what's in front of me?" It go, "You are at a bar and restaurant, and there are patrons in front of you, sitting down talking." Crazy. And then it has your location, and it can take pictures of anything in front of you without looking like. The only thing that shows that it's taking a picture is a little light that flashes on the glasses. That's it. And when you record people, so it's not like no top secret spy stuff. Like, you're not a spy. Like, if you record them, people know you're recording them because the light is always flashing on the glasses, but it's just like a little white dot. You can ask it, "Hey, Meta, where am I?" It'll tell you where you are. The glasses, you can say, "Hey, Meta, play Al Green." It'll play Al Green in the speakers, but nobody be here. Just you.
So what's the, how do we know the glasses are always looking out and not looking in also?
Oh, there you go. See, why you be doing that? There you go.
That's just how I think.
You be with that conspiracy stuff. Because we don't need a thing like that. Okay,
why not?
They already got an ID.
I don't need them in my brain. I don't need Meta whatever in my brain.
In your brain. You got an iPhone, don't you?
Yeah. That's close enough. That's close enough.
They already in there. Because listen, this is what I'm telling you.
I be looking at my iPhone Strong J these days.
I was thinking that what you just said, I was thinking that. And it's crazy, the waves, the I don't know if it's electromagnetic waves. I have to double check, but that is much closer to your head. So you putting that stuff on your face and you're wearing it all the time, it's really right there on your brain. So to your point, how do we know it's not looking back at us? I think it's even close enough to even understand how we're starting to think. If you really want to ask me.
I mean, who knows? They're not going to, I mean, a lot of that stuff is in, perpetuity. They don't tell you like exactly how that works.
Well, they got to get data from somewhere. It's just like the algorithm, right? The glasses have an algorithm.
It already tells you your location. Like, now you mean to tell me we have a microchip so small, a computer so small, you can put it inside the frame of glasses and have cameras and whatever in the lenses or somewhere around the lenses that can identify faces, people, things, where you are. Like, what's stopping a computer or others from using that information? Like, what are the safety protocols on that?
Ain't no
I mean, it sounds
protocol.
cool. It sounds cool. Don't get me wrong. It sounds really cool. You know, I mean, I have no use for it. You're going to have to show me a function that I would actually readily need.
Nah, I'm just going to buy you something for your birthday with the same prescription. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, Rod. These for you, man. I love you.
Listen, I just looked at those glasses. They cost like $300. If you're going to spend $300 on me, player, I got a few other different things you can get instead of those.
Nah, you want the meta glasses, bro.
No. I mean, I know if I show up to the bar and I go, Meta, what's in front of me? I know what's in front of me. Travay with a bunch of bottles and he about to pour for me.
Okay, you're right. All right, I'll give you that.
So you gonna give me you have to do a little more than that.
yeah, all right. But
I'm sure it does a lot more. I'm sure we're watering it down. I'm sure it does a lot more. Somebody might have to tell me in the comments.
No, they will. They go put you on. I mean, that was just my experience with it, but it's just crazy. I was more mind blown that they could do that. Mm-hmm. Glasses on your head could do all that. Play music, tell you, give you instructions, just like you're talking to your iPhone. It's just.
Yeah, I don't talk to my iPhone very much. Every blue moon, I say hi, but it's rare.
I don't know. Lately, because I've been getting busy. And sometimes I look back at my text messages, and when I text message you, I know you be able to tell. I'm not a thorough texter, so I'm not like checking for spelling error. Mm-hmm. You had to text back and be like, "What you said?" You can go back and reread. So lately, I've been on the old school.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna say it because I know you're not gonna get offended. Sometimes I read it and I have to put my Travay voice in my head. Cause I'm like, I gotta get that South Carolina accent in there. And then read it, and then it makes sense sometimes. I'm like, okay, that's what he meant.
That's what he meant. Hey, thank you for doing that. I would honestly rather you do that than, I'd rather you do that than text me and say, what you mean by this text? honestly. If you ask me, I would rather that.
No, but usually I get it right away. I mean, it's not even like it's crazy weird or anything like that. But sometimes I'm going to call it Travayism. Like it really come out and I'm like it would totally make sense if he said it to me. But like, I really don't know how I'm reading this. Hold on. Especially if I'm in between a bunch of different things that I'm doing. Then, sometimes I'm like, okay.
And I don't know, but I've really been in tune with just, how I speak. And I love my accent. The more.
I think it defines you, bro, for sure.
I love it. And I think for a while there, I was getting into a space where I was trying to talk different. Mm-hmm. And I'm still trying to increase my vocab and, be able to understand conversations on a different level. I'm still trying to do that. Right. I'm still trying to, be able the key to language is to be understood. Right. So I do want to be able to understand everyone, but also I have such a unique way of talking that it's just fun for me. I'm sorry if it's
I love it. I love it. So I don't know. I'm that guy that I think the California accent is the most plain accent ever.
Yeah.
To me. But that's because I'm here, right?
Yeah.
But I know I also have a certain way of speaking that I get. Sometimes people go, "Where are you from?" And I tell them, like, I grew up in LA. And they go, that only kind of makes sense. Because they say I speak with a slang, a swagger that sometimes they want to place me in the Midwest somewhere or whatever. And I go, I don't know. But
you also have a really good cadence when you speak.
Thank you. But I legit like accents and the way people speak. So when I hear someone that has a different accent that I'm accustomed of hearing, I kind of go, that's really cool. You know what I mean? Like I don't meet many Texans. So when I hear somebody with a really thick Texan accent, it intrigues me. Or, a French woman who just came a few years ago, you know what I mean? Yeah. Something like that. Like those are always unique. And I hate when people hide it and get rid of it. I think all you gotta do is make sure people can understand, or even your what do you call that? Is euphemisms the word? Like the things that you say,
I'm not sure.
The things that you say that's like kind of within your culture as somebody from South Carolina, like the phrases and things. You know what I mean? Like you would say something and I go, what does that even mean? And you're like, oh, this is this thing that we say in South Carolina that means this. I think that's cool. Like, you should always hold on to that. And whenever it applies, you know, that you use that. And the thing about your job is it's a personality job on top of knowing what you do, right? Mm-hmm. So I think you get to inject that into your flavor. And I think it really works out and it's super cool.
Man, I honestly, bro, I'm be real with you. I cannot. One day I want to take you to meet my fellow South Carolinians because I think it's a beautiful state. I think the people there are beautiful, man. And if you think my accent is unique, wait till I take you to Charleston. Charleston, there is a subculture group there of African Americans, and they are Geechee. And it is the way they speak, it is their swag. You'll love it. You'll love it. You love it. It's
that's possible though, because my brother isn't there anymore, but Jen's half sister is in North Carolina. And then my sister is moving, I think, to North Carolina. So that could be a whole trip if we plan it.
Oh no, but for sure, my oldest brother lives in North Carolina. He lives in right outside of Raleigh, right outside the capital. So it'd be smooth, bro. And
or Virginia,
my in-laws,
Virginia, yeah.
My in-laws want to move to I want to say Asheville. They want to get a house in Asheville. So if they did that, I would definitely be back and forth a lot. But anyway, enough about that. You didn't get a chance to watch all of the Reach New Roots episode.
No, tell me about it.
I have to bring the question to you. Me and Ree were talking at work, going back and forth, and I just get random bursts of motivation, you know, throughout my shift. Sometimes I just feel like running to a wall. And while I was at work, I went, man, just imagine if the world ran off of the currency wasn't a dollar amount. Imagine if the world ran off of the currency was your attitude, your character, and your morals. Like imagine a world like that. And I know so many people are going to say, oh, well, I still be, you know, I still have money, or man, that's not a real character assessment. I think people think very highly of themselves, in my personal opinion. Because good character, being a good human, you don't see it a lot. I work with some good humans, man. I work with people that are literally give you the shirt off their back. And so I bring it to you, man. If the world ran off character, morals, man, you know how nice everybody would be to each other. You know how everybody will be trying to literally sacrifice and just give, you know, to the person next to them. And I don't know if it would become real or fake. And that was the other side of it. If it was based on character and morals and attitude, will people just become fake? Will people just be doing it because that is the currency and they want to be loved? Is there a certain level of simplicity that we have now that you can decipher the real from the fake? Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, everything is culture, right? So, as we see, you know, things become normalized, or celebrities talk a certain way, they promote a certain lifestyle, you know. I think one of the biggest things that I fear is when people in positions of power, I'm trying to be careful here, like start to speak a certain way.
Yeah.
Then that becomes the norm. And then all of a sudden you're going to have CEOs and managers and bosses that start talking a certain way. And then we lose all decorum and how we treat each other. And that's where we are now, right? Like you just find people just talking wildly to each other and you go, yo, you know, I think you have to assess like where culture is going With that, I'm trying to figure out how to best answer that, because that's an interesting subject, and I've heard things like, what is it called? You know how we have credit scores based on your borrowing history and your ability to pay back, that they were actually thinking of something like a social score. So like how many friends you have and how you treat those friends and how other people rate you as a friend or whatever.
China has that.
Do they?
Yeah, I might be wrong, but one of the countries has a social credit score,
and that's wild to me. That's kind of wild, because like
that's how you rise though. There.
Right.
You. It's not just your family has money anymore. It's about who you are, what your family does,
right?
What kind of people you are. So yeah,
right. But your question is, how would people act if your financial standing was based on your behavior and how you act?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, if that changed today and that was the standard, yeah, you'd have a lot of people being fake. But I think my perception on good people is not what people do necessarily every single day, or what they say to you when they in your face and everything's all good. On that person's worst day, when they don't feel like it, how do they treat others? When you tired, when you weak, when you're not feeling right, when you're not at your best, how are you responding to people? What's your thought process?
That's when you figure out who people really
That's how you figure out who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell you that often about relationships, right? Like you date somebody, you in a honeymoon phase, it's all cute, you having fun, you doing whatevers. And then you hit that, you have your little tiff and you're like, oh, we got through that. We don't really fight. You're like, oh, y'all don't know each other yet, man. Right? Like you got to wait for a life event probably before you really know who you're dealing with, right? Like you hear that all the time. Like people, have close friends or a family member die. They handle it a certain way. They almost write off their significant other. And you're like, yo, I thought we was in this together. Right? And that person just decides every time there's a big event, me, not us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And friends will do that too. So, I always look at it that way. I don't judge people when they're going through something. I always try to, give people the benefit of the doubt, especially if they're going through something. But at some point in time, I know a real person would say, hey, I was out of sorts. That's not who I am. I'm trying to be better, or please forgive me, or whatever. I know I've done it. I know that's hard. Life is like, not a perfect situation. So that would be an interesting experiment, definitely, to see how people act in those times, if they treat each other well. How many people would be, faking. I mean, I think you could see examples of that now. People friends with people just for monetary gain because that person they're friends with is going to possibly do something for them, versus they really like that person or really get along with that person. I think that exists now.
And I'm going to try to use one of your words. I think we do just pervert everything. So this is what I say. If we did a study, right, say we took 60 people, I think like 50 of them, this is just my mind, I think like 50 of them were really, truly, after they did it, after they said, oh, I made money being nice, they would look at themselves and say, you know what, I need to be a better human. If it just went back. But if it went large scale, we always try to find a shortcut, right, to how to do things. So if I just go out and I'm nice to everybody all the time, this is how I'm going to blow up. You know what I mean? Like, So I do think it just depends on who you messing with. You right. I love what you said there. That was good. I do think when people are at their lowest, you get the truest version of them.
Yeah.
Right. High is a high, man. When you're feeling good, you're feeling good. But
think about it. When it's easy, who's not doing the easy thing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like when your car break down, your woman left you, your money ain't right, who you being nice to?
Them the people I'm trying to mess with right there. Them the people I'm trying to see. Nah, I'm kidding, but I don't know, man. That's you got me with that one just because, man.
Think about. I know you met somebody like life ain't that great, right? And I'm saying some extreme things, whatever, right? But you know, you meet that person, you know for a fact, like that person got the short end of the stick. But why, when they see me, they smile and they ask me how my day is, and they're not bombarding me with their troubles, but they just want to take a moment to say something positive to me or something nice to me, or this person is giving me something, and I'm like, yo, you should keep that for yourself. You know what I mean? Those are nice people.
And man, I truly believe that me personally, I believe I'm put on this earth to give. I think I'm put on this earth to serve others, and do that at a high level. And when you meet people that are just serving, they do have a profound impact on you when they're just willing to do whatever to make sure everybody else straight. Right. It definitely makes you have a different perspective. Even like you said, even when this dude don't got no car. He ain't got his shoes beat up. This girl, she can't even get her mortgage paid, but she right here trying to give me $5, or she trying to give me advice on how I can be better.
Right.
So I guess, I don't know.
Like, I know, like, I'm not perfect. Like, I don't even know I don't think I fit that category. I would love to for sure. But like, if I'm being honest, I don't think I fit that category. I think I can be even keeled for a long time.
Some honesty for you.
I think I can really, not push whatever's going on with me on the other people. But the way I've encountered some people, and I think my aunt is one of those people, just to be able to give. And when I say give, I don't mean like gifts, just your time, love, attention, advice, your energy, just being able to give that in a positive way. And like, I sometimes after having an interaction with her, I would turn around and go home and think, and I go, wait a minute. Like, why is she not upset? Why is she have this positive energy towards me or towards life? Why is she able to say these things to me? That lady has every right to be angry at the world, and she's not. And it baffles me sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not her outlook on life or towards others. I don't know what she does in her private time, or how she deals with that, because I think everyone has that moment. But I think people like that have a special place, have a special calling. I think those are truly nice people. You know what I mean? I don't think I embody that.
But I mean, can you though? Is my question. I mean,
I strive to
get there. You know what I mean?
I strive to. Yeah.
Do you?
I think that's the work. I think as a what's the word I want to use? A flawed human.
Yeah.
You strive to always be better, and I know that's where the work is. I know I'm far from like terrible or evil or bad or any of those things, but I know like I'm not perfect either, and there's work to be done.
That's good. And I tell you what, you said something good to me. Said something real good to me like a couple episodes back. It don't matter though. You saying you even kill, that's your perspective of you. The key thing is how you affect other humans. Okay. How do you make other humans feel about you? Okay. Because what you think about yourself, everybody else has a completely different idea of what they think about you. So for instance, we're on this podcast. Okay. Since I met you, you've tried to pour into me. So if you ask me, that is a level of you taking your shirt off your back and helping someone who is not knowledgeable in this arena, who does not have any experience, and you're taking time out of your day and walking me through it and giving me pointers and helping me get better. So I think it's not about who you impact. I'm just saying, like you say that and you say I keep it even keel, but your focus goes where your energy flows. Okay. So sometimes I think it can be taken out of context, and you got to look at it like this. When you're on the road, right, you see two different people on the side of the road, right? You see one person, he's on his side of the road he's got his tire off, but he's trying to fix it himself. You see another person on the side of the road, he's just sitting in his car waiting for help. Who are you more likely to go help? The person sitting in his car or the person trying to get his car fixed? Who are you? And I say it to say this. On the path, you're more drawn to people that want to do something for themselves. You're drawn to energy, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, you see a person, oh, that person really ain't trying to get better. You know, sometimes I think those two type of people can kind of get mixed in with everybody else. In my personal opinion, the person that wants help and the person that is willing to do anything to get some help. They don't really they just need a push, is what I'm saying. And that's what I think me and you have. And I think that's when you say you don't see yourself as a person give yourself back. No, because the people you try to give yourself your back to, they took it and then they just left. That was it. They got their shirt and it was like, I'm good. You know what I mean? And so, well, that's me.
I don't know. I think so. No, you're right. You're right. I'm not even challenging this. You're right, because you never see yourself the way other people see you. So I honor that. I honor everything you said. However, like, I'm always Mr. Analyze everything, including my own actions. Right.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, yeah. So let's use your example, right? Like, I was like, okay, you want to do this podcast. You want to like learn to communicate in a certain way. You want to learn how to reach out. Like, I'm sharing tools with you and all those things. Would have I shared those tools with you if you just simply asked? Yes.
You would.
Right. However, that's not the exchange we had. Right. Because I also know you're not going to ask if you don't know what to ask. Right. So some of the things that happened between us happened because I understood where you were trying to go. So I offer some things to get you to ask. And then you did. And then we had certain exchanges, right? So why didn't I, if I'm such a giving person, why didn't I just give it?
Because you weren't trying to overextend yourself, right? We were just building.
You're breaking me down right now.
I can, bro, trust me. I got this now. When it comes to that, there is a certain level of comfort you have with someone you're getting to meet. We're adults, correct?
Yes.
Very rarely do you just want to overextend yourself and seem like you're doing too much. I think how me and you built it up was perfect. Okay. It was absolutely perfect. Okay. Nobody did too much. It was kind of like, oh, a little nugget here, a little nugget there. If you need something, let me know. Those were the type of things you would say to me. If you really want to do this, let me know. Okay. And then you put the ball in my court, because honestly, am I a loving person? Am I a giving person? But I have so many moments of being lazy. Okay. Where I need to be pushed. Okay. Where I need that ear. Okay. And if you would have just gave it to me, I would have never had any growth. You get what I'm saying? If you never would have made me ask, I would have just kept expecting you to give it. I would have stopped asking questions. That's called crippling me. You would have crippled me. Okay. You would have made me unable to properly access the information I need. Now I can. Now I know that you're an open book and that I can ask you whatever. Now we got that type of connection. You see what I'm saying? So I disagree.
But I'm not. The funny thing is that it works. So the beauty in that is all cause and effect, and like, I guess inherent of like the relationship. But I can't even sit here and go, I painted it like that, or like I knew what was happening the whole time. These were all natural occurrences, right?
That's the beautiful part. That's the beautiful part. You know, we just kind of, and you know, I'm gonna hype us up a little bit right now. You know, all great things, you know, start not knowing what you're doing. And I believe we have a great thing. It just became this snowball. We're having a snowball effect right now, right? We're in the snowball. We're getting better. Okay. We're getting to know each other. Okay. We're sharing a little more information, a little more personal life with each other every time we talk, every time we meet up, and it's just rolling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can start to kind of see the future. You know, you start to see, you know what I mean? You start to see more and more things. The more we hang out, you start to understand each other a little more. We even are able to, right now, dissect each other's message a little more right now. Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I dare say that, you know, the way it kind of lined up, because my initial thoughts, you know, when you first asked me to do the podcast, dude, I was all over the place. I didn't, because of you, I committed. I was like, man, I was thinking about everything that could go wrong. And I don't know why I was thinking like that, because I love this now, right? I love recording. I love getting on here and talking to you. I love breaking down what's going on in the world. And y'all need to hear this because it's a message inside the message. Okay. So there's a message inside the message that I'm about to tell Ra right now. Okay. When we were starting up, right, for some reason, all I kept telling myself was, man, I want to do this podcast, but what if we get on and then what do I do if we stop recording? What if I do if it gets boring? Well, what do I do if me and him run out of stuff to talk about? And I had no reason to be thinking like that. I watch 5 different podcasts, right? All motivational. And for some reason or another, these podcasts have 200, 300 episodes, right? And when I listen to these podcasts, Ra, I don't even remember the previous episode, like vivid, like an episode that I recorded 4 weeks ago. I don't even remember that message. I just enjoy that episode, right? I'm not even. So what I'm saying is, as long as the hardest part is getting behind the mic every week and record, like getting to the mic.
The hardest part of any dream is physically doing it. Right? Because you're going to sit there and question all of it. So you're saying that I bet you're thinking you felt that way and that I was just on board and like didn't feel any of those things.
No, I thought you were exactly like me. That's what made us so perfect. I think that you were on your side saying, Travay ain't gonna want to do this. Travay ain't gonna, not blaming it on me. I'm just saying, like, you know what, dude, but you're saying, like, he a young cat. He got commitment issues. And that, honestly, I do. But that thought is honestly what propelled me forward to get on this and commit with you, if that makes sense. Because it almost is like, for lack of better words right now, I ain't no bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I hear you. I got you.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was like, I straight up was like, I fought it, right? Like this been on the table almost a year.
Yeah.
And I fought it tooth and nail just because I did this once before. It was great. We had a great time. I missed doing that podcast with my friend. You know, time and space. He ended up doing something different. And, you know, the one thing we struggled on once, because we were birthed from COVID, right? Like is a thing I decided, I took the leap. All the things you're saying, I did it by myself. And I decided I'm going to do this podcast by myself. And I just started unloading. I think I needed it because COVID was like crazy for me, right? I shared it with a friend and he and I had some conversations and somehow that transformed into we should do this together. And literally he said, okay. And where do I get the equipment? And literally he took his very next check in the middle of COVID, met me at Guitar Center, bought his equipment, and we set up and we just started doing it. And like the rest was history. And it was good while it was good. And I think, you know, when something works out and then it abruptly ends, it's almost like a relationship. Like you kind of get scared to date again kind of deal, you know? And I was definitely at a point where I was kind of scared to get back on the horse. And then I was like, well, what if I don't have the time? What if I can't commit? What if I run out of things to say? What if I'm not a good leader? Because Travay has never done this before. You know, all these questions, like I'm too busy, whatever. And literally Jen every time in my face was like, you don't have a good reason. You don't have a good reason. I've watched you overcome bigger things. Like, you need to go do this. And then we would leave from seeing you and she would be like, that's the exact reason. Did you see everyone listening to your conversation? This is why. Why are you not doing this? You're being stupid. And like, she would call me out. So I have to give her so much credit for like forcing my hand and was like, you are being a hypocrite. You're being stupid. Like, he wants to do, I can tell you guys want to do this. What she would say is, I can tell you two want to do this and you're too scared to talk to each other and just figure it out. And I was like, same thing you said, I ain't no bitch. Yep. So the next time I saw you, I was like, I'm putting this on the table. You tell me no.
And when you put me on the spot, bro, I think that's what you did it in a way that it gave me fear, but a joyful fear. It gave me like, okay, this energy when you came at me. I remember like it was yesterday. It was a Saturday night. You were leaving out. Actually, I was dapping you up and you was like, hey, listen, I want to do a podcast. So listen, whenever you're ready, you said I got some personal affairs I'm taking care of, but I'm ready. And I was like, ooh. And I just had it in my brain. And I don't even know if you know this. I've never told you this. I've been trying to do a podcast forever with anybody for like the past 4 years. Okay. Me and my brother got on and recorded like 4 episodes, but he didn't know nothing and I didn't know nothing.
Right.
So I did it on this app called Podcastle. And we recorded like 3 episodes and like we never picked it back up. Like we just did. And we was like, man, this is weird. You know what I mean? And my brother don't really like talking into a mic. But he's a great dude, great character, right? Understands the world great, but he wasn't able to, get it to go flowing on the mic, whatever. But bro, when you came to me and you said that, I thought, okay, this is a different energy. And then I learned that you were a voice actor. That gave me a little more motivation. I was like, okay, he got some mentor qualities for sure. That's what I need. And then when it finally happened and you were working with me, even still working with me right now, through some difficulties, through the learning process, that's when I think I started fully committing. I think I was fully committed, and there's some honesty for you, but I fully committed after our second recording. Like I was in it and I was excited, but after the second recording, I was like, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. That for real. I'm like, after that, I was like, we record every week. I ain't playing around. I don't care.
Well, that's the process because that's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of knew, I was like, okay, how do I make this real for him and show him like this is not a hobby? This is going to be something we're going to do. I said, well, approach it like you approach your business. So I said, okay, cool. So I was like, I know he's not going to answer me. I know he's feeling bombarded. What do you think about this logo? What do you think about this slogan? What do you think about this thing? What do you think about that?
You was on my head.
And I was like, I'm just going to keep sending it until he literally tells me to stop. And I'm sending it to you. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now that we got that figured out. So I'm like, now I'm showing him how to be creative together. I know he didn't really bounce back with me, but the next time we need to do that, he's going to figure it out because he sees that this is how this goes. Cool. Yeah. Now I'm like, we're going to record the first recording. So people don't know this. For those listening to this podcast, our first episode was horrid.
Oh,
right. What that ended up being,
pause in my head.
what that ended up being is the intro you hear at the beginning of this podcast. I chopped down that hour and a half into that 1 minute snippet because that's what was good about it. And I turned it into an intro and I told Travay, let's try it again. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. I kind of knew that was going to happen. I set myself up to be able to get us through that. Cause I said, if I make this tangible and I show you the quality we can have on a podcast, if I show you that I can put this podcast everywhere, that you are going to be like, this is for real. Now we have an Instagram. We have, an X account. We have, we're on Apple now. As of this week, we're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on all the major podcasting networks. We're on Amazon. So we're everywhere. I think we're on Google too at this point. you know, and then like, I've got a couple of friends. I'm going to put random, like a bunch of people that we can talk to together on this podcast. Like it was just about inspiring you, because at some point I'm going to need you to carry the torch a little bit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I knew like once I give you that, once I get you on board that you are going to be your best self and bring all those things to the table. That's where we are.
Bro. It's whoo. And so hello, I gotta stay locked in because you get me hyped up. When I get hyped up, my energy starts flowing all over the place. Okay, so I want to take a few steps back. Why is it that us included, we currently just worked through it and we got here? Why is it that when an opportunity is presented to a human, and I'm going to answer as well, why is it that, where does it stem from that we begin excuses, and excuses start to make our exit? Okay, because we love what we're doing and we know we wanted to do this, but why is it that our brain tried to convince us that this wasn't going to work and that we shouldn't be doing this together? Why? And make it broad, right? Because I want to explain to people listening. I want them to understand that once you get into it, it's never as bad as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems. You're just not knowledgeable in the aspect, and it's new and it's uncomfortable. So I just want to know where those initial thoughts, why do our brains even work like that?
Easy. Survival. Our brain is hardwired mentally and physically to keep you safe, right? The safe thing is the known thing. You know, if you don't do the podcast, no embarrassment, no nothing happens, right? So oftentimes they tell you the thing you're scared to do, the thing, your dream that you're scared to do, whatever that, you know, if they say you need to go talk to this very famous person that's sitting over there to your right, 9 times out of 10, the fact that you won't do that, that's the reason you're not going to make it. You need to find the way to go have that conversation. But you're going to be like, I don't know what to say. What if this person tells me to fuck off? What if this person doesn't like what I'm saying? Like, you're going to give yourself all the things to keep you safe, because if that were to happen, if those things that you think are bad were going to happen, you think it's going to destroy you. In fact, it might mold you. Failure is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Failure is a teacher. Failure is the best teacher. But it's still scary. I say all that, and like, I'm old enough and I've had enough experiences in my life where I should have doubled down on something I was doing and didn't. And I go, well, maybe I should have done a little more. You know, there was at one point in my life, I had 2 stints in my little quote unquote, air quotes, rap career. The first time, nothing, just a long time rapping with friends. We did mixtapes. We performed at various places through our time together. But we really didn't go anywhere, right? I think we had a bunch of CDs pressed up, 2 CDs, right? My second stint, mixtape, and I was able to garner some attention from Def Jam. I was actually having email communications with one of the A&R people there.
Oh, that's fire.
Right. My daughter was just born at that time. So we're talking 2009.
Okay.
2009 through 2010. And they were asking for a certain commitment. They were asking for certain things to happen. And I ignored it. I just ignored it.
Why?
Scared. Because it was going to involve me leaving my family. I had just gotten married the year previous. At this time, once the courting happened, that was 2010. I got married in 2009. So married a little less than a year at that point. My daughter was just born, a few months old. And I'm like, I'm going to have to go travel and leave my daughter, leave my new wife. And my wife at the time she was supportive of it. She was like, yeah, go do it. It's going to make us some money. You love it. Go do it. And I was like, I can't do it. But it wasn't that I can't do it. And I hide behind that. I go, it'd probably been okay. Maybe, maybe not. My relationship with my daughter might be different. But there's a chance that I could have still had all the things I wanted had I done it correctly. Right. But the truth is, there was fear of failure, fear of if I fail and lose my family, then what did I do?
What did I accomplish?
What did I accomplish? Right. It's one thing if I make money, maybe let's say my relationship with my wife deteriorated. I could say, yeah, I made a choice. It benefits you financially. I can try to be in my kid's life or whatever. But what if I don't make it also and I lose my family? Right? That's how I scared myself. But I had no indication that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't do anything. As a result, I ended up staying in a 9-to-5, right? And I ended up being a family man, which I'm not mad at. I'm not ashamed of. But maybe I passed off an opportunity, right? This has happened to me a few times. And there's a common person that you and I see every now and then. We won't say that on the air. I've encountered this person 3 times. And I've had very minimal conversations. And I keep asking myself, why do I keep running into this person in 3 different towns that are unrelated? Right?
Really?
Yeah. So we'll talk about that off air.
Okay.
But you know, I think of things like that. And there are more examples, but there's times I just didn't challenge myself to do the hard thing. But every time I think about the fact when I did do the hard thing, I got the rewards, right? I got out of voice acting, took a regular job because I needed to put food on the table for my family. I did that, left voice acting for 3 years, and then meet my fiance. And she was like, what are you doing? You need to get this done. Like, this is what you do. And I go, babe,
shout out, Jen.
Babe, it costs money to get started all over again. This, that, and the other. It's a lot of time. It's going to be months before I make money.
Excuses.
And she was like, stop being a bitch. Here's the credit card.
Shout out, Jen.
Right. And then that caused me to jump. And then I end up right, like out the gate, Travay. 2 months later, big old check, doing something for Amazon Prime, doing something with the NBA, on and on and on and on and on. Right?
And then this is going to continue.
So what that's shown me at 42 years old is if I believe in myself, if I take the leap, if I do the hard thing, it tends to pan out. So that's what made me, I was like, this is hard for me. For some reason, I don't want to take this leap. And then here's Jen again in my ear, like, you better wake up and see what this is. And I was like, okay. So that's what I was like, I'm going to make sure this ain't my fault. So I was like, Travay, this is where I'm at. Tell me now. That's where that energy came from, to bring it full circle.
See what that do, though? You see how all of that connects, though? So I know I know you still think about, rapping and, what you could have done with that. Because you definitely did. You put in the work. And to answer that real quick, I think that in life, we work our butts off. And when our moment comes, we do have fear of failure. We have excuses and we self-sabotage. Okay, as a race, as a human race, we tend to self-sabotage ourselves. But I say that to say this. All that happened, and because of your experience and because of what you've already been through, you were able to carefully analyze that, I'm going to just put it out there, because in the past, when I didn't even put it out there, it didn't work out how I wanted it to. So I'm going to put it out there and we'll go from there. But at least I don't got to deal with not doing nothing like I have in the past. Oftentimes when you look at it, you go, if you really think about it, what do you have to actually lose? Nothing.
A lot of times the answer is actually nothing besides a little ego.
And a little embarrassment.
That's it. If that.
But pride is the devil, boy.
Like,
ego,
what would have happened? I don't know.
It'll ruin you.
Yeah.
It'll ruin you.
And don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. Right.
100%.
However, I feel like I could have also done more. So I'm just trying to learn. You know, I actually apply this same level of thinking to my current relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I see every relationship I've been in, regardless of how it ended, as a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
If I hadn't been married before, I wouldn't be able to appreciate and love the woman I'm with now. I wouldn't be so ready to marry this woman now and know she was right for me if I didn't go through that last relationship. That last relationship, I would have been ready for that if it wasn't for the one before that.
Talk to him.
I had to get, I needed the journey. The journey is just as important.
Talk to him about the process. And that's what I mean. The process sets you up. Okay. So, and nobody's process is the same. Y'all need to hear what he's saying. Okay. Yeah. He said he could do more, but guess what the process did? It gave me experience and he learned from it. Okay. Y'all don't know everything. I don't know everything. I'm 27 years old. I'm still learning the process. Ross see me every week. And I'm, if you ask me, my foot is on the gas. If you ask me, I got my foot on the gas and I still don't feel like I'm doing enough. So no, don't sell yourself short. You too, Rod. Don't sell yourself short, bro.
I definitely don't. I believe in challenging myself. I got to challenge myself, man. That's where I'm at now. Like,
yeah,
you know, I'm old enough to know, you know, again, where I'm at, what I'm doing and what I could be better at. And every day I wake up, I go, okay, by the way, another challenge for myself. I decided, and I set this up weeks in advance if we finally got to do it because my daughter was busy doing her thing with school and theater and all that. But we started for the first time today. We got up at 5 and we got it in. We went to the gym.
You and the daughter?
Yeah. Me and Haley.
Oh, wow.
So we got up at 5:15 or so. We went down to the gym at about 5:20, started working out at 5:30. We got our workout in and then we started our day from there. So I've been up since 5:15.
You about to take them kids to the next level, bro. Your son, your daughter, your wife. You already said Jen do her own thing.
Yeah. She was going to get up, you know, not to put you out there, babe. She punked out today. She was like, I got it next time, babe. I'm like, yeah, no worries. But she had to get up early. She had an early start.
That's going to make her boost up, though. No, you just said that.
But what's interesting is I had this plan with Haley, right? And this is just, you know, for me in certain ways and for her in certain ways. So we agree we'll do this 3 times a week. Right. Mm-hmm. But I get up and all of a sudden she walk out the room. You know, I'm like, okay, let's go. Then the door opened back up to her room again. I'm like, the hell? And my son is up. Mind you, again, he's 11. And I'm like, the hell you doing up at 5 a.m? He was like, oh, I'm getting ready for school, Dad. I'm like, it's 5:15, boy. What are you doing? And he was like, oh, I just wanted to get up early. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll check you later. So we go, we get our workout in. I come back. He's just sitting there like fully dressed, ready for school. And I'm like, oh, but I had to sit him down. I said, look, I know what you're trying to do. I'm proud of you. Cause I've been getting on him because he's been a little slow lately. I'm like, I don't need a pendulum swing. 5 o'clock is too early, son. 5:30, 5:45. You can do that.
He a dog.
Yeah. I'm like, don't go too far with it. But he was ready to go. He was in a happy mood. He was sitting there watching his Star Wars. I made him breakfast. He ate that. And then he just chilled. He was like, Dad, like, I don't have to worry about nothing. And I was like, yeah, look at you. You know,
you see the beauty in it though, right? Though I know you do. I know you do.
I was low key proud. I was low key proud.
And you had to say that, right? He's 11, right? So
he was doing a little too much.
So you need some sleep. Like, sit your butt down, right? Whatever. Yeah. But man, do y'all understand the profound effect he had on his son? Just that quick. His son said, "Oh, they up moving. I guess it's time for me to get up and get moving." Why everybody don't think like that?
And he was not the target. He was like, it's one of those things where you affect people by proxy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you like, dang, you wasn't even the intended target, and somehow this is going to benefit you too.
Yep.
So I feel really good about that. And I was hating every moment of it, Travay. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I got up my alarm, like, so she was really going to try. So her alarm went off exactly at 5 a.m. And I was like, oh man, I hate this. And then I was like, okay, because mine was set for 5:15. And she looked at me and she said, babe, I can't do it. And I slapped at her. I was like, go back to bed. And then mine go off, and I woke up and I'm like, I want to tap out. And I was like, no, I gotta go. So I got in the bathroom, washed my face, put on my clothes, and I could hear my daughter already fidgeting in the kitchen. And I'm like, oh, she already ready.
Oh yeah, you ain't even, and that's the bruh. And so that is so important for a parent, cause you gonna say, oh, they doing it? I can't be half stepping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't be half stepping.
And I looked at my daughter and I said, I'm just going to be, I keep it real with my kids, you know? And I looked at her and I said, I hate this. I hate you. And I don't want to do this, but we going to go. And she was like, I feel the same way, Dad. We walked downstairs.
But I love you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we literally, when we finished, I was like, that wasn't bad, was it? She was like, no. It wasn't. I was like, okay, cool.
but after the workout,
we was good. Yeah,
it's never bad.
The endorphins were up. We were like wide awake. It was nice.
Nobody's ever complained about how they felt after the workout. Nobody's ever said, I hated that workout. I mean, they probably said it was a rough workout, but they never said, man, why did I do that? But that first 15 minutes. And it's really that's the sweet spot, right? 10 minutes of getting up is where it's a mental game. It's just a mental game.
Yeah.
And that's all it's going to be. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. It ain't nothing more. It ain't nothing less.
Yeah. And the whole reason I tell that whole story is just, you know, the beginnings of things. It's always hard, you know? Mm-hmm. And there's so many reasons to not do it, you know? And I just looked at all the reasons to do it, and this was day one. So I'm happy we did it. Now I got to repeat that, you know, until it becomes habit, you know?
It takes 30 days to make something a habit. I think that's a lie. That is what was told to me. I think it takes 90 days. 90 days of doing something. 90 days. You heard it here first. 90 days. After 3 months of doing something, you will naturally do it for the rest of your life.
Do you think that might be different for different people?
Nope. Nope. I know that's very rigid. I know that's a tough assessment. But if any human does something for 90 days, you will do it. It become part of your life. 90 days. No days off from it. No, I'm saying no days off from it. You'll be able to build your schedule around it. I promise.
So what's 90 days? So what's 90 days for this podcast?
90 days. You saying how long until we get 90 days?
Yeah. So do we have to actually do this for 3 months? Every Wednesday for 3 months?
Bro, I don't care about that. Nah, my energy different with that. Yeah, this rest of my life, I had already committed. What I'm saying, though, for the common, you know, for the common folk, that's not a dog like we is, you know what I'm saying? We talking to, you know, just little pup. I'm just playing. We just talking to people, you know, to the general population. This is a different energy right here because we love to do this. You know,
I'm with you.
Love to work out.
After episode 2, and I still think episode 2 was not our best, but I think after episode 2, I was like, yep, I'm in.
We in there.
I'm in. I'm in.
We in there.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is like, all right. Let's get it.
Yeah. I was like, there's something there.
And man, you know, life is a beautiful thing. The bad, I'm starting to really enjoy the hard moments more than the good. And I'm going to tell you why. The struggle just sets you, when everything going good, you can only enjoy it for so long before you realize I need to go even harder, is what I'm saying. So your high moments only last for a few minutes. Like you really, what you should really aim on enjoying is the process. You gotta enjoy that moment you had with your daughter this morning where you say, I hate this. I don't like this. You gotta enjoy that. That sounds crazy.
If I'm being serious, I hated it for the moment getting out of bed, washing my face, the moment I walked out ready when I was about to leave and I saw her and we met in the living room, I was hating it. And as we walked out the door, I was all in. I didn't hate it anymore.
Yep.
I still didn't want to be there. And I didn't want to be there until I was on the elliptical and she was on the treadmill and we was getting it in and we both had our our earbuds in. And I was like, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then I was sold. And then like my whole attitude on it changed. So yeah, that might have been about 15 minutes if you added it all up. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. But like looking back over it, and it's such a small thing we talking about right now, but you know, looking back at it, I'm like, I felt like I climbed a mountain. You know what I mean? Did. With my child. Like I felt like we climbed the highest peak ever and like we got it in. And I'm like, oh my God, like we winners now. Like, let's do that again, you know?
Winning becomes a habit. Winning becomes a habit. I'm just saying, you say we felt like winners.
Yeah.
You do this in 90 days, it's just life. It's just going to be like, hey, they're going to look at you and be like, oh, Pop's taking a day off, huh? It's going to get to the point where she coming in your room if you're not getting up.
Yeah, she's like, what's wrong with you?
Oh, you just taking a day off today, huh? Okay. Oh, and that's the best culture. That's culture, right?
That's culture.
That's culture. Mm-hmm. That's how you redevelop your household. That's how you redevelop your life. People be so invested on, you know, these short time frames when really it's all about becoming a different human. You know, to do different things. I hate to say it. You know, most people say, oh, I don't change. I don't got to change. That's resistance, bro. Bump all that mess. If you want to grow and be better, you got to become a new person, essentially, bro. Because the old you not ready for what the new you about to have going on. They not. The old you do the old you stuff. So if old you will work out for 3 days and then take a week off, the new you won't be able to do that. You can't do that. You can't do it because you're a new person.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, oh no, I don't, you know, I don't got to change. I don't got to do all that. That's too much. Well, guess what? You're going to always say I'm not comfortable in my skin. You're going to always say I'm trying to lose weight. You're going to always say it. The key is not in any weight loss journey. The key is not losing the weight. You know what the key is?
What's that?
Keeping it off. You're
not wrong.
The journey is not, okay, you lost the weight. So you're just going to gain it back? So you're just going to stop doing everything you did
after you got the prize.
6 months.
Yeah.
After you got the prize. That's why I tell you, you got to fall in love with the journey. Like we on this journey right now, this podcast, we following. It's our baby. Yeah. Okay, this baby, we feeding it. Okay, you got to feed. You got to put your energy into everything in life. And let's speak for a moment, and I might let you go first, about what it feel like, though. Because we hype right now, me and you on a podcast, and we letting everybody know. But honestly, the majority of the time when you going to get it, after you've been going to get it for about 3-4 weeks, it honestly started to suck. It honestly is like, this is suck. I'm not seeing a result. I hate it here. I don't want to wake up early no more. I've been doing it and this ain't getting no change and I'm not seeing no change not doing it. So it's the same thing. That mindset will ruin you.
Mm-hmm.
That'll ruin you.
I approach it like how I did with music, you know, in terms of I think when you're a musician or some sort of artist, you're always chasing that exhilarating feeling. You know, if anybody's made a song, you know what I'm talking about. Like that moment you get done, you're like, oh my God, I got something brand new. I ain't never did nothing like that before. You know, so that's where I'm at. I'm trying to apply the same mechanics to my working out, to my own personal growth. Just trying to day by day, especially if it starts to feel repetitive, because you will get there. And I've gotten there before, where you're like, I don't want to repeat this process. I don't want to eat the same thing. I don't want to go work out, do the same. What can I do that's different, that's going to challenge me, that when I conquer that I'm going to feel accomplished again? So I keep raising the bar. See what I did there?
Ooh.
See what I did there?
Well, you're a cold-blooded animal, boy. Like that, boy. Woo.
But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. So, you know, what is that? And that's different for every single goal, for every person, for every single goal that you have, you know? So for me right now, you know, with this podcast, it's every day I'm trying to say, okay, we got it down. We got the recording process down. We just got your microphone. We just upgraded. So I know we feeling real crispy right now. We feeling
all
real.
All we gotta do is get rid of this baby.
See? No. She stay right there. We just need to, but
we can plan ahead.
But yeah, but after that, growing the podcast, having interesting guests on, making sure this podcast is visible. This is why I spend my time. I've been spending more time on Instagram than I ever have in my life behind this podcast. Cause now mixing it is easy. Editing it, if there's gotta be any edits, getting it recorded, all that stuff is easy. I do that in my sleep. Getting it to people to be heard,
it's a grind.
That's my grind.
It's a grind.
And that's where I'm doing the work. Every day I'm okay, what can I do here? What can I do here? So, I'm getting ready to put up the email. I'm about to get us a website in a little bit. We already got all the social medias up. We gonna be on YouTube probably by the end of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's all happening. So with that being said, I think we said enough. I think we gave everybody something to think about today, which is kind of what we were setting out to do. As always, guys, check us out on all the platforms, whatever. Now you got a choice. So if you actually have been just kind of entertaining us, locked in with us and entertaining us, indulging us by using Spotify, and your Apple choice is actual Apple Podcast. We're on there now. You can look us up, share it with a friend, hit us up on the social media. We're on X. We're on Instagram. The numbers are still climbing. We're super excited. Please like, subscribe, share, do all the things. We're going to keep pushing. And we definitely got a few interesting guests lined up in a number of weeks to come. So, can't wait to do those. Some of those I'm super excited for.
Man, and y'all listen, man. I know we said a lot. We always do. Me and Rob unpack a lot of things. Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses in your life. Okay, that fear, on the other side of that fear is exactly what you want to do. It's exactly who you need to be. So take that into consideration, all right? Yes, like he said, we out here, all right? We're not playing no games with y'all. All right, we busting y'all upside y'all head with these talks and this information, okay? So you need to have a cup of coffee on your way to work. Whatever you need to do, get right. Say, oh yeah, Ron Travay, new episode come out every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
And
we gonna get it in with y'all.
So don't be, stop listening to that R. Kelly album you've been listening to.
Damn, R. Kelly?
On the way to work. Oh man, I'm able to separate the artist from the music. Okay. Don't be listening to that. Okay, you need to turn on Raising the Bar, all right? And watch how you go up and work. Watch how you get up and work and go, woo, let's get it done today, all right? That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Let's go, man.